When I talk with leaders, especially the entrepreneurial leaders I work with each day, the comment I hear most often is their passion to create a company I'm proud of, where the culture is fun and it feels more like family. They often talk about seeing the business and the people achieve. And the success happens not because the leader's there driving it 24/7, but because the people are working together and solving problems so the leader can step away and take a break. I heard that, and then the next question invariably was, okay, so where do I start? And that's why I wrote my first book called People-Centered Performance, because I wanted to help leaders get started with the foundational piece of what they want, which is really healthier relationships. That's a starting point, but then what's next? And ultimately it was, how do I take some of these principles back and practice them on a bigger stage with my team and my organization? And that's what led me to my next project. I call this the Honest Culture Journey, and at the core of it is speaking and hearing truth. The outcomes of this are trust and respect, which are foundational in an honest culture, and accelerators to great results. The key steps that make up the wheel we all want to get into motion are clear targets, conversations, pause, reorient. And the simple explanation of each are this. For clear targets, trust only exists around an action. And clear targets summarize the goals we commonly commit to and the actions or deliverables we personally commit to. Then there are the conversations. Journeys are taken together. So as we work together, there are emails, phone calls, texts, and a multitude of other ways we interact. It is in these conversations that problems, successes, questions, distractions, worries, fears, and encouragement get communicated. It is where life happens. Of course, then there's the pause, because all these conversations often overwhelm teams and leaders, leading to confusion, lots of assumptions, frustration, and often unspoken conflict. We need a pause. When we get into a space together with no distractions, really think, share what we're thinking, and listen to each other. The outcome of that is reorient, because a great pause causes change, or allows us to see where we have unknowingly shifted our journey and we need to return to our original path. We need to reorient, reset the picture we initially created in the first step, and then start the loop all over again with clear targets. Sound like a journey you want to take? Well, that's awesome. I only have one more thing to share, and that is, it is that simple, but not that easy. To make it easier, we all have to enter into it with healthy hearts and intentions. And we need to work really hard to maintain that. So we must be prepared to manage the 4 things that will obstruct and often derail our journey. I call them the clouds of ego, fear, self-doubt, and crisis thinking. The common thread to all of these clouds is they impact our ability to listen to others. Lack of information flow creates a gap. And any gap in nature will be filled by something. In this case, that something is stories. Some creating mistrust of others, some are self-defeating narratives of our own failings, some are just full of fear that cause us to stand and fight or just run away. All of the outcomes of these clouds will derail our journeys. The good news, once we've experienced a culture that energizes and supports us, where goals are achieved and we develop a passion to maintain it or return to it no matter how hard it is, we have felt those teams. And maybe now you want to lead a team where this is the outcome. This is my invitation to go start this honest culture journey. I guess my last question is, are you ready?